Now let's proceed with WPZ. So positive Z direction. So let's click it, then add. Then for the wind load, let's have regular 1. So let's check the type here. So type 1 is X, type 2, 3, and 4 is Z. Okay, so let's change the name. So let's change it to X. Then 14 and 15 is Z direction. Okay. Then under WPX, click add. Then go to wind load. So this is for windward. Type 1 is windward X direction. So make sure that the exposure surface direction is windward X. Then the factor is 1. Then here, let's use the range. Okay, so positive X, this is the windward. So let's check the nodes here for the range. Okay, so let's structural tooltip option 2, and then check the coordinate. Okay, so this is negative 1.6. This is zero to 9.5. So Z 0 to 9.5. Then do not check the open structure. Then Y is 0 to 12.1. X is 0, 0. Then click add, then close. So if we check this one, so this is now your wind load. But take note that here at this section, this is at the corridor, it is an open space. If you look at the plans, so as we can see here, this is an open space. So there should not be a wind here that is applied. So what we need to do is to change the range. Okay, so instead of just 9.5, so let's change it to 7. So up to this point only. Then let's create another wind load for the roofing. So for the roof, let's just have it at 9.6. Then click change. Then let's add another range. Wind. Okay, so windward. Y is from 9.6 to 12.1. So this is just for the roof. Then for the X range, this is 0. Z range is from 0 to 9.5. Then click add and close. Okay, so this is now the wind load. So as we can see, if we combine this, it is now loaded for the windward. And at this area, this is an open space, so we don't have to consider any wind load at this point. Okay. Okay, then after that, let's proceed with the leeward side. So still under WPX, let's click add. So under wind load, now let's select type 2, which is for the leeward, and select X for windward. Then using the same range, so let's have the Y. 0 to 9.6, x is 13.7 to 13.7, z is 0 to 7. Then click add and close. Correct. So let me check. No, this is 22.7. 22.7. Okay, so this is now for the walls for the leeward. Then for the roof area, still for leeward, the range is 9.6 to 12.1. X is 22.7. 22.7. Z is from 0 to 9.5. Then click add. Okay, so this is now for the leeward. Okay. For W and Z, so this is just the same. The only difference is it is negative. Okay. Negative direction. So again, click add wind load. So still windward. Let's create first for windward. So for windward, Y range is 0 to 9.6, X is 22.7, 22.7, Z is 0 to 7. So here, the X is windward. Then, then for the factor, this should be -1 since this is negative wind. Okay, if we click on that, okay, so this is now for the wind load -x. Then let's add again for the roof side. So this is still windward. The factor is -1. Y range is 9.6 to 12.1. X range is 22.7. Then Z is from 0 to 9.5. Then click add. Okay, so we can now repeat for the wind load and X for the leeward side. Okay, so let's use type 2, then the leeward. This is -1. And for the factors, y is 0 to 9.6, x is 0, range 0 to 7. Then let's click add again for the roof. Y is 9.6 to 12.1, x is 0, z is 0 to 9.5. Click add. So this is now for your leeward side. Okay, so you can that is for WPX and WNX. Let's proceed with WPZ. So for WPZ, so again, let's use the same process, wind load, but now let's use type 3 for windward, positive Z. So Z windward. Now the range is for the Y is 0 to 9.6. For the X, it is 0 to 22.7. And for the Z, that is 00. Click add. And as you can see, it is now loaded at the windward face for positive direction of wind. Okay, so how about for the leeward? So we know that at this point, this area, this is an open space. So that's why we have to load it at this area. Okay, so to do that, click WPZ, click add, then wind. Now this is for leeward type 4, Z leeward. Still factor is positive. So Y range is 0 to 9.6, X range is 0 to 22.7, but for the Z range that is 7 and 7. Okay, so this is now for the leeward. Then let's add first for the wind load and Z. So wind 3 for the windward, but this time this is negative. So windward now is at this point. Okay, so the highlighted beams. This is the windward for negative Z. So Y is 0 to 9.6, X is 0 to 22.7, and Z is 7 to 7. Okay, and for the leeward, still for wind, 4, type 4, X leeward, negative 1, Y is 0 to 9.6, X is 0 to 22.7, and Z range is 0, 0. Okay, so this is for the windward. So besides from these values, if you can still remember that we also have a wind load for our truss. So under wind load, let's get the reaction here for WL Z and WL negative Z. Okay, so let's apply it to all the nodes. Then let's filter for WLZ. So these are now the forces to be included in positive Z. So in our model, positive Z, so let's click add. So we can add a load. This is just a nodal load for vertical and horizontal. Okay, so we can directly include it to our editor once we know the values. So here, instead of loading it, let's use the editor. Then click the command file. Yes, then so under the reference load for WPZ, so after this line, so let's enter, then member load, enter. Then for node 9, so underscore node 9, then let's check the loadings. So uni gy or nodal fy, okay, fy. So fy, our fy based on our Excel is load node 9, positive 18.863, and fx is negative 31.165. So for node 17, fy is 6.771, fx is 0. For node 1, fy is negative 0.751 and 0 fx. So that is for WPZ. And for WNZ, so let's take a look again. So these are now the values for W and Z. Okay, so going back to our STAAD editor, so the only good thing here is that you can copy this and then paste it here. Okay, then just adjust the values. For node 9, that is Fy negative 3.624, Fx is positive 31.165, node 17, this is 10.884, node 1 is 12.624. Okay, so then click save here or just Control S, then close. Okay, so let's check. There's an error. Group list type not valid. Oh, this okay, so this is a member load, but it is a node load. Okay, so be careful with that. For example, here, this is under joint load. So we should change the syntax to joint load instead of member load. So here, this should be joint load. And also, let's copy this and put it before the joint loads here. Then Control S, then save. Okay, now we don't have any error. So let's check if it is properly assigned. Okay, so this is now the joint loads. Okay, so after that, we have to input also wind load for these roof girders for positive Z and negative Z direction. So we can use the same inputs here in our truss model, then just divide it by 2. Okay, so you can save the loads here, then just divide it by 2. Then going back to our model, for positive Z, let's click add, then member load. W1 is negative 8.326 divided by 2. That is negative 4.163. Take note, this is a wind load. That's why the direction should be Y local. Then click add. Then also, for the leeward side, that is 4.14. So divided by 2, 2.07. 2.07. Y local. Click add. Then for the negative Z, that is the same values, 8.326 divided by 2, negative 4.163, local Y, and 2.07, local Y. Okay, so for the positive Z, this is the windward side. Okay, so let's assign to selected beams. And this is the leeward side. Then here, this is the windward side for negative Z, and this is the leeward side. Okay, so that's it for the wind loadings. And we've already set up the loadings for seismic, dead load, live load, roof live, and wind loads. Okay, so thank you.